This is Ahfid. And he was just chewing on the front of the gate. See how he's licking the gate? He likes to chew. He likes to, oh, there we go. There's a good chew. Thank you, Ahfid. Thank you. Oh, yes, there's our chew. Well, just a really, there we go. Good job, Ahfid. All right. So why am I saying good job? Because I wanted him to do that because he started doing that. Let me tell you what happened to Ahfid last year. I had, which is why we have volunteer training, which is, and he does that, okay? We're going to learn a lot about horses like Ahfid. Ahfid is an absolutely intelligent, super amazing horse, but he has a strong play drive. He gets bored easily, blah, 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 blah. And unfortunately, the typical response to a horse like Ahfid is to wallop them or punish them or get frustrated with them or sell them or make them work really super hard because you just don't like the fact that this horse wants to play. They're inconveniencing your training session or inconveniencing your trail ride or inconveniencing you anything because, they're not always into our programs, which, why should they be? If I came over to your house and knocked on your door and pulled you out of your house and started making you work, would you be into that program? Question mark, right? Well, we don't think like that. We just think that because a horse has 4 legs and they're called a horse and they have hair and they can give us a ride, that, every time we want to ride them, they should say, oh, thank you. Please come out and ride me again tomorrow. All the while, we don't consider what's invaluable to them. So this is not at all designed to lecture you or even make you feel guilty. This is how I teach. I tell the truth as I see it. And the horses usually look at me like he's doing right now saying, thank you for telling my story. So one time I had this girl who volunteered. She needed volunteer hours. So usually when someone needs volunteer hours, based on every single person that I've had who needed volunteer hours, I'm very skeptical. And at this point, if you need volunteer hours, probably you will not be able to volunteer. And if you do, we will never leave your side. So then basically, if you're volunteering, I should be paid if I have to watch you. That's my attitude. And I think if I came over to your house and said I was going to volunteer, but I, wrecked your house, you'd want to be compensated as well. So anyways, this girl came over and she got here before I was home. I was picking up some stuff, actually a huge donation. So she probably got here 45 minutes before I got here. When I walked into the barn, Ahfid was in the barn because I had anticipated working with him that day, or maybe I already worked with him or whatever. He was doing what he's doing right now. He was chewing on the gate. Perfect, on cue. See how smart he is? He was chewing on the gate, and then he starts chewing on the gate. Anyhow, he goes, I don't necessarily do repeat performances. Oh, there he goes again. She took the gate, and the gate was the size of this panel right there. Pretty long, pretty heavy, and proceeded to slam my horse, not her horse, in the face, on the nose, with a gate about 8 to 10 feet long. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And when I contacted the mother about that, which took me, I don't know, a few hours, I worked, but she insulted me. She insulted me and she insulted me. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so sorry, is your horse okay? Are there any damages? Do you need to call the vet? Or anything like that. Instead, she insulted me. She told me that I did not have any, she asked me if I had proof. Those were her concerns. Did I have proof? My interpretation of abuse actually wasn't abuse. I had a wrong expectation. I had an unrealistic expectation, and that I couldn't possibly expect anybody to do what I thought was, my idea of humane treatment. So I saw him chewing on the fence, and I just thought that was a fantastic. And see how he's bored. He's like, please stop, you're stupid. No, sorry. And he's like, please stop and just do something with me, or I'm just going to have to keep on pushing and pawing and chewing and licking. Okay? So this is what you call a bored horse. Not a mean horse, not a bad horse. And just to let you know, he's not tied up. I don't really tie up horses because I don't believe it's dangerous. I know it's dangerous. It doesn't matter how much you quote unquote train a horse to be tied. It doesn't matter if, there's tons of people out there that, teach their horses to tie up. I have seen horses that were trained to tie up, well-trained horses, almost die because they were tied up. So I don't tie up horses. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. And I want you to, my goal when I share ideas like this, I don't want, let me rephrase that. I don't want you to do something. I hope that you contemplate your ideas about horses, because that's kind of, what I do. See, he's like, look at me, I can stand on stuff. My goal is to get people just to kind of think and contemplate before they continue doing things to horses that, they wouldn't like being done to them. I don't think any of us, if we, if a little baby is chewing on their crib, do we take the side of the crib and bash the baby in the face? Because doing that to a horse is no different than doing it to a baby. Have a good day. Signing out, Michelle and Ahfid.